Stacy.
Yeah, because there's two things that we just kind of talked about before we hit record, and that's the networking. And I'm not real big on that, but I know, like, I used to work in the medical field, and I was self-employed, and that is really how I got jobs, right? So I would call people who placed ads in the paper or whatever, and then I would just meet with them, give them my card, and say, if you ever have too much work and you need some, I'll take the overflow. Not to be a competitor or whatever, just saying it really worked for me. But also, I think that's a lot of what Dr. Lane is trying to show us, that socially that's a part of the whole group thing. But then it can grow to be like, we kind of know Dr. Lane, right? This could be bigger than ever, to open doors in your life. So that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about, because I think he's like maybe warmed me up to that idea a little bit more as far as like doing it on the internet. And also the next paragraph about empowering teams, because something that happened in my life during this course was that we opened a new warehouse in Texas, by the way.
Woohoo!
And actually, which is just north of you.
That's like 30 minutes away.
And like the best manager that I've ever had went there. And it has changed my life in the workplace like so much. It was one of the big benefits of taking the job that I took when I moved here. But I also want to say that about Dr. Lane, because even though we have not really all like gathered around and been with him that much, we kind of have because of his networking, like forcing us to open up a Facebook.
Yeah.
I highlighted here that
because it's the truth, because a good leader can, so I'm an adult, we're all adults here, right? We all know that shit rolls downhill, right? But so does the good stuff. So when you have someone like Dr. Lane, or it's like, yeah, come on, right? It all rolls downhill, and that is something that I feel like if I am going to become a leader, I want to have a lot of control over that, the good stuff rolling down the hill. And so part of what I wanted to say about that today was to thank all of you, which I know it's premature because we're not finished yet, but also thanking Dr. Lane, because I really learned a lot about so many things during this project. I have faith in humanity. Like, all four of us are still working in the final week of this course.
I know. We have a couple days left to do this. I think what you said is really pretty much what I highlighted, that being on a networking team, it's put us all in control of our own movement within this organization. So that's like pretty much that's what I highlighted. That's pretty much what you said. It was like an organization where all of us members had to like come and finish each task. And we all had to do it. We were all empowered to, we were all forced to, but we all did a very good job of working as a team and building a team identity and brainstorming off of each other and to be creative. So I think that our networking has really, really, really been great.
And something that I hear Dr. Lane saying when I was thinking about all of that, like put together in my school life and work life, was that really, I would love to keep that Facebook open and stay connected. And maybe we might have to interview one another someday or whatever, right? Bounce things off of each other. Because there are 4 people here that the reason why it works the way that it works is because we are a group of people that are like, first and foremost, hold each other, like ourselves accountable. Helps to hold each other accountable. But because you hold yourself accountable, you don't have to have the job of like saying, hey, Evan, are you sleeping? Well, I don't know.
Getting there. So There was I'm just going to share one thing so we can move on, but along with what we're talking about in terms of the group work, in Chapter 9, it says nearly all controlled investigations have found that group brainstorming is less effective than solitary brainstorming in both laboratory and business organizational settings. Solitary brainstorming is much more productive than group brainstorming. And I think this class brings the product of that and reflects it, because ultimately, yeah, we do this Google Hangout, but all of us go our separate ways, and we do solitary brainstorming, and then we just throw it back into a group text and talk about it real quick. So I thought that was interesting that a lot of the times we'll talk and we'll set things in order, but it's funny if we go back and look at our text, a lot of stuff happens in between now and in the actual due date, because we're all, go back to our own solitary minds and then offer up what our contributions are. So that's all I had to say. So we can, yeah.
Nice. It's a great point of view, actually.
All right.
Kelsey, do you want to just touch one thing on the book and then we'll move on?
Yeah. I mean, back to networking. I know where I currently work, networking is the way to, unfortunately, get a job, get recognized there. It stinks, but sometimes that's more of who you know, not what you know. So being able to network in an organization is very important. And then also on page 229, it talks about setting high quantity goals. I feel like after our CTF round 1, we set the goal of us achieving all the gold flags. So I think that would represent that a little bit, about how we set a goal and that we
have one more round to do that.
Yes, we do. That's all I've got for chapter 9.
I mean, I think we pretty much covered the book. We've definitely demonstrated not all of these things, but not all of them, but these things in the book throughout the entire course in our group.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're on the downhill slope. We've got
Yes.
it.
Need to finish this up. Should I stop recording?
I think we're good.